a charismatic, passionate, and unconventional guy, and also a pretty private dad. But those words don't even fully capture Marlon Brando's life. He wasn't just famous for his amazing acting skills, he was also a father to 11 kids with 3 different wives. With such a big and chaotic family, Brando's children have been in the spotlight plenty over the years. So where are they now, and what's been going on with them since their dad passed away? Let's dive in and find out. Number 11. Christian Devi Brando. Born in 1958 to Marlon Brando and his first wife, Anna Kashfi, Christian was Marlon's oldest son. Growing up with such a famous dad meant his family life was pretty complicated, with lots of siblings and step-family members. Christian tried acting a bit in the 70s and 80s, but never really went after it seriously. Things took a tragic turn in 1990 when Christian accidentally shot his half-sister Cheyenne's fiancé, Dag Drolet, during a heated argument. He pleaded guilty to voluntary manslaughter and spent about 5 years in prison. After getting out, Christian faced more struggles, legal issues, health problems, and addiction. In 2005, his ex-wife Deborah sued him, accusing him of abuse and threats while their daughter was around. Despite all this, Christian tried to keep a low profile. Sadly, he passed away in 2008 from pneumonia at just 49. Maybe it was a small blessing that he didn't wake up in those last 2 weeks, because if he had, he probably would have been sad to see that the family fights that had caused him so much pain were still happening and even got worse after he passed away. If you're enjoying this trip down memory lane, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Now, let's move on to number 10. Miko Brando. By 1960, Marlon had married actress Movida Castaneda, but their marriage was later annulled in 1968 because Movida's previous marriage was still technically active. Their son, Miko Brando, was born in 1961. Unlike his dad, Miko didn't really chase the Hollywood spotlight, but he found his own way into the entertainment world. He even showed up in a few movies and had some pretty cool moments, like being in Michael Jackson's iconic Thriller music video. In fact, Miko was close enough to Michael Jackson that he worked as MJ's personal assistant and bodyguard during his biggest years, all thanks to connections through his dad. Nowadays, Miko keeps things low-key and prefers to focus on his family instead of fame. Number 9. Simon Tehotu Brando. While still married to Movida Castaneda, Marlon Brando married his Mutiny on the Bounty co-star, Tarita Teripaya, in 1962. Their son, Simon Tehotu Brando, was born in 1963 and grew up on Tetiaroa, a peaceful island Marlon bought in the 60s. Being surrounded by nature and Polynesian culture, Simon developed a deep connection to the land from a young age. After Marlon passed away, Simon took on the responsibility of bringing his dad's dream to life by helping develop the Brando, a fancy eco-friendly resort that focuses on both luxury and sustainability. He's a dad of 3 and a passionate environmentalist who prefers to stay out of the spotlight. Instead of chasing fame, Simon quietly dedicates himself to protecting the island and carrying on his father's legacy. So while he shares the family's love for privacy, Simon is all about action, not avoidance. Number 8. Rebecca Brando. Rebecca is Marlon Brando's daughter with Movida Castaneda, and she grew up alongside her brother Miko. Her mom, Movida, was famous for roles in movies like Mutiny on the Bounty and Flying Down to Rio. But Rebecca took a different path. She became a licensed marriage and family therapist, helping kids and teens, especially those from tough backgrounds in Los Angeles. Her relationship with her dad was complicated but filled with love. In interviews, Rebecca has shared a side of Marlon that most people don't see. She remembers Marlon not just as a famous star, but as a thoughtful and quiet man who often talked into a cassette recorder to help him think things through. She also helps continue her dad's work to protect the environment by working with the Tetiaroa Society, which makes her feel closer to him. Number 7. Tarita Cheyenne Brando. Cheyenne was Marlon Brando's daughter and had one of the toughest lives in the family, sadly passing away at just 25 years old. She grew up in Tahiti, far away from her dad's Hollywood world. At first, she looked up to Marlon, but their relationship was distant and eventually became strained. Cheyenne tried modeling, but her career ended after a serious car accident in 1989. Things got even harder when her brother Christian shot and killed her fiancé, Dag Drolet. She had accused Dag of abuse, but later refused to testify and ended up moving back to Tahiti. On June 26, 1990, she gave birth to a son named Tuki Brando Brando. After Tukey was born, Cheyenne struggled a lot. She tried to take her own life twice and spent time in a psychiatric hospital for drug detox. Sadly, neither her dad nor her brother Christian showed up for her funeral in Tahiti. Because she lost custody of her son to her mother, Tukey didn't get a full share of her inheritance. Number 6. Mayumiti Brando. Mayumiti Brando was born around 1977 and was later adopted by Marlon Brando. She's actually the daughter of his third wife, Tarita, from an earlier relationship. When Marlon adopted her, she became part of the big, blended Brando family. Unlike some of her siblings who ended up in the spotlight, Mayumiti has always stayed very private. There's not much known about her personal life, and she's kept away from fame and family drama. Her relationship with Marlon was calm and respectful, but probably not super close or intense. She was included in his will, but didn't play a big role in his later years. Overall, Mayumiti chose a quieter life, living life away from the chaos that often surrounded the Brando name. Number 5. Raiatua Brando. After Mayumiti, Marlon Brando adopted Raiatua following his divorce from Tarita Terry Paya. She's actually Tarita's brother's biological daughter. Raiatua grew up surrounded by Tahitian traditions and has a strong bond with her dad's island. Just like her sister Mayumiti, she wasn't a big part of Marlon's will and has mostly stayed out of the spotlight. Number 4. Petra Brando Corval. Petra Brando Corval was born in 1972 and is the biological daughter of Caroline Barrett, who was Marlon Brando's longtime personal assistant. When Petra was about 14, Marlon adopted her, and she became part of the Brando family. Even though they weren't related by blood, Marlon stepped in as a real father figure. He helped raise her, supported her education, and even paid for her studies in London. People close to them say they had a warm and caring bond. Petra herself has shared that Marlon gave her a sense of family at a time when she really needed it. She went on to create the Brando Fisher Foundation, a charity that supports kids in need, showing that she kept her father's spirit of helping others alive. But just 2 weeks before Marlon passed away in 2004, he unexpectedly removed Petra from his will. No one really knows why, and it caused some tension in the family. Still, Petra seems to have continued her life with grace and privacy. Number 3. Nina Priscilla Brando. Nina Brando was born in 1989 and is one of Marlon Brando's children with his former partner, Maria Cristina Ruiz, who worked as his housekeeper for many years. Nina is the oldest of the 3 kids they had together. Unlike some of her older half-siblings who landed in the spotlight, Nina has stayed super private her whole life. She's kept away from Hollywood and all the drama that often came with the Brando name. What we do know is that Marlon made sure to take care of Nina and her brothers. He bought them a home close to his own and helped support them financially, wanting to stay involved in their lives even if he kept it low-key. Nina seems to have had a more peaceful upbringing compared to some of her siblings. These days, she works in human resources or administration somewhere in the Los Angeles area, building her own path, completely outside of acting or Hollywood glam. Number 2. Miles Jonathan Brando. Miles Jonathan Brando was born in 1992 to Marlon Brando and Maria Cristina Ruiz. Growing up in such a big and complicated family wasn't easy for him. While Marlon did support Miles and his mom financially, there wasn't much of an emotional bond between father and son, which can be tough for any kid. Sadly, Marlon passed away when Miles was just around 12, so he lost his dad at a very young age. As he got older, Miles found his own passion, not in acting, but in music. He started performing at small clubs in Los Angeles around 2012, slowly building a local fan base. In 2015, he released his first EP called Beginnings, where he showed off his talent for mixing different music styles. In 2016, he even got to perform at the famous Viper Room. Then in 2021, he launched Sunset Sessions, a series of outdoor concerts known for their chill vibe and great music. Living up to the Brando name isn't easy, and Miles may not be winning movie awards like his dad did, but he's carving out his own path, doing what he loves and keeping the Brando spirit alive in his own way. Number 1. Timothy Gahan. Brando. Timothy Gahan. Brando, born on January 6, 1994, is Marlon Brando's youngest son. He grew up with certain privileges, but like many of Marlon's kids, he was kept out of the spotlight. Life hasn't always been easy for Timothy. His name has come up in legal matters, including a conservatorship case in Los Angeles. While there aren't many public details about it, it's clearly a big part of his story and may have shaped his journey and growth. Coming from such a creative family, it wouldn't be surprising if Timothy ended up in the arts or entertainment world too, but so far, nothing official has been confirmed. He stays extremely private, probably the most private of all Marlon's children. And with that, we wrap up this video. If it brought back some memories or taught you something new, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel for more updates like this. Thanks for watching.